So I've been talking a lot about Jimmy Kimmel lately. In multiple videos, I've talked about Jimmy Kimmel. I just want to try to hammer a nail on the head here. See if I can tie everything together. Yes, he said something controversial on his show a few days ago. Ended up getting his show suspended by ABC. So I interpreted what Kimmel had said to be a claim that someone in the MAGA gang had assassinated Charlie Kirk. Other people said that's not what he was claiming at all. He wasn't even implying it. Different interpretations by different people. A lot of people have disagreed with me in my interpretation, and you know what? I get it. There are various ways to interpret what he said. It's one of those depends on where you put the comma type of sentences / situations. You can go back and review it for yourself on this channel or any other channel, his quote. But the point I have been making to people who disagree with me, and I have not yet received a compelling answer in response to this point. Suppose I tell my audience, we hit a new low over the weekend with you talking about everything except for how stupid you are. Now, don't you think I would be leading my audience to believe that I think you're stupid? Of course. And if you didn't interpret it that way, you might actually be stupid. You can interpret what Jimmy Kimmel said in the same sort of way. And like I said, there are various ways to interpret it. I get that. But the fact that even ABC saw how it could be interpreted in the way that I interpreted it, and he refused to make any amends whatsoever, he was just going to continue blaming MAGA for everything, tells me what I need to know. And aside from that, if you go back a couple of years when Tucker Carlson was fired from Fox News, Jimmy Kimmel went on a bit of a tangent. Not a tangent, but his typical joke-telling self, if you believe that he actually tells jokes, decided to tell a bunch of jokes about Tucker Carlson getting fired. He said that it was delightful that Tucker Carlson had gotten fired. He was celebrating as his audience was clapping in the background. Tucker Carlson was not the only media pundit at the time who had been fired. Right around that time, in fact, immediately after, Don Lemon was fired from CNN. So you had Tucker Carlson being fired from Fox News, Don Lemon being fired from CNN, and then you had Jimmy Kimmel going on his show and talking about it. So when it came to Tucker Carlson, an extensive part of his segment was all about Tucker Carlson. He literally only mentioned the firing of Don Lemon to make a joke about how companies will say they're parting ways when what they really mean to say is they're firing you. There was no actual shot at Don Lemon whatsoever. No joke there. Every joke, every jab was directed directly at Tucker Carlson. And that's the partisan hackery that so many people are tired of on Jimmy Kimmel's show. He's basically a one-dimensional comedic love child of the Democrat Party at this point. And they're the only ones he even has on his show as guests. So do I feel sorry for him? No, not exactly. If it were the other way around, he wouldn't feel sorry.